Gregg Marshall, head coach of men's basketball at Wichita State, had decided to resign after player abuse allegations started happening. Hey everybody, this is Heather. Welcome back to another podcast episode. If you're new here, welcome and thank you so much for tuning in. If you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back and listening to me again. So here we go. I'm going to jump into it. So as of yesterday, I believe, Wichita State men's basketball coach Gregg Marshall had resigned from the university. He helped elevated the college hoop relevancy on Tuesday. So he pretty much just had to resign. And it's bad because it makes him look guilty because he did resign instead of kind of saying, hey, no, I didn't do anything. So now the reason why is because the school had announced in a statement Marshall leaves the program amid allegations of improper conduct levied by several former players last month. So it's just all of a sudden started coming out. Why now is my question asking. And this article is from USA Today, by the way. I'm sorry, I will link it in the description down below, and you can guys go check it out and read it as well. Now, assistant coach Isaac Brown will serve as the interim for the upcoming 2021 season. And so this is a statement from Gregg Marshall himself. He said, "This was a difficult decision, but one I feel was necessary for my family, the university, most importantly, the student athletes." So this was actually released by the school itself. And he's like, "I remain grateful for my years spent at Wichita State. I wish to thank the coaches, student athletes, the university, the community, all of Shocker Nation for their unending dedication, support, and loyalty." And so he was there for the past 14 years, and he really did build that program up, as we've seen them do really well and be successful pretty much in March Madness. And it's always a shame to see these things happen. So according to the two stadium, Wichita State and Marshall agreed to a settlement of $7.775 million to be paid over 6 years. That's a lot of money. Now, Wichita State conducted an internal investigation on Marshall following claims of alleged verbal and physical abuse toward players and other members of the athletic department. So the athletics director came out and said, Darren Boatwright said, "Our student athletes are our primary concern. While the university acknowledges the success of the basketball program under Coach Marshall, this decision is in the best of interest of the university, its student athletes, and the WSU community." So apparently he was either going to be forced out, as in fired, or he was forced to resign, and I think he was forced to resign. So now, if these allegations are actually true, now I feel like there needs to be a very thorough investigation, because these things you should not be able to take lightly if there is abuse going on among players. But why hadn't the coaches came out? The other coaches, why didn't they become whistleblowers? Is basically what you call somebody who actually goes in and tells the above authority, above the coaches or whoever, what's actually going on, or you think this is going on and it needs to be investigated kind of issue. So kind of like the Syracuse situation, where there's so many there's pages of things that actually went on, of sanctions and so forth, for years, and nobody ever knew it. And then all of a sudden, hey, there's a whistleblower on it and caught wind of everything and pushed the NCAA, I guess you can say, over the years or whatnot. And so these things, you see abuse things happen, like these kind of issues happen every so often. I mean, it's not like it's a common thing, but kind of in a way you do hear these, at least I feel like once, twice a year, if not more than that. But I'm going to go on with this article, and it says, less than a week after the Shockers season ended last March, a walk-on insists scholarship players, I'm not going to go and name the names, I'll link the article and you can go read those yourself, announced their decisions to transfer, marking the largest turnover in Marshall's 13-year tenure at the school. 5 of the players were granted immediate eligibility waivers at their new programs. So it wasn't just players, academic people, the marketing, everybody. If you had to associate with Wichita State basketball, you got caught in the crossfire. One former player told The Athletic, "I lost respect for him because I saw the way he treated my teammates and other people. So why are they just now doing something about it if he's been there for 14 years? Former Shockers for Shaq Morris told Stadium that Marshall punched him twice at practice in the 15-16 season. The Athletics said that incident came after Marshall perceived a block attempt by Morris as dirty. So I don't really know what to make of everything, but if these are allegations that are actually true, then Marshall needs to be fined. He doesn't need to get the rest of his contract money per se. Just so much needs to happen, and I don't know. Are these true? I'm waiting to see if other players and other coaches or the athletic director to come out. Surely more people knew what was going on than just a few players. So what about players from like 10 years ago, 7 years ago? What about those players? Are they going to come up and start saying stuff now? I'm not saying that these are false allegations. I'm not saying they're true allegations. I'm saying this needs to be investigated thoroughly. That way we know whether it's true or whether it's not true. So the Athletic also reported other allegations, including Marshall attempting to assault an athlete from a different sport who parked in his parking spot, blocking the athlete's car and attempting to swipe him through the driver's side window, and berating and choking a staff member who was working out with player. Okay, so at that point, one wouldn't campus security call at this point, and one wouldn't more charges, one didn't more things happen, investigations and so forth happen during that time if he was choking a staff member. Why? Why wasn't there more things done? And if he is this type of person and was this type of coach, then he does not need to be coaching at all and ever again, and he shouldn't get that contract money. He shouldn't get, really. So, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to understand all of this, because at this point, one wasn't more players starting to turn him in and whistle blow, and one wasn't the athletic director doing anything. Now, to me, that's his boss. The athletic director is a coach's boss, per se, and why didn't the athletic director step in? Surely he had to know what was going on. There is no way he could not kind of say that it wasn't going on. Unless he just totally turned the other way, blindsided by everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's sad to say this, but a lot of coaches are pretty much a player's father figure or whatever, somebody that they can go to and that they can trust, and that's what a coach should be. Is somebody that an athlete can go to that they can trust for certain things or whatever, because a lot of people grow up without a father, no matter the race or anything like that. It happens. So they look toward their coach for many things, for comfort, for support, for lessons, whatever, about life. But I don't know if these are actually true, then something really needs to be done, and I think we'll see more happen within a few days, and I'll probably give him my 2 cents again about this. And so he actually leaves the program. Marshall actually leaves the program as a winningest head coach after taking over in 2007, and then they went to the Final Four in 2013. So, and then he also guided the Shockers to 7 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances, which is really hard to do. So that really helped the program. I'm just kind of going through and reading what was left of the article. So yeah, what do you guys think about it? If he's actually done these things, what else is actually going to happen? Why wasn't this already taken care of? This situation pretty much got out of hand. At this point now, if it can be traced back years, yeah, it's just more schools should get in trouble. And I'm saying athletic director and everybody else who knew what was going on should get in more trouble than the coach himself. Because of course, if you're doing something wrong, you're going to continue doing something wrong until you actually get caught, until something's actually done. So I think we've already seen this several times within basketball itself for colleges, especially for D1, I feel like. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Comment down below what you think about all this that's going on. See ya.